Welcome to ACD Combatives, your combatives and control tactics channel. Please like, subscribe, and share. Hey guys, Coach Kurt here. So I was requested several times by past trainees to explain my gear and how I wear my gear and why I wear my gear. And I was even requested outside of the agency, demo your gear, because that's a thing, I guess. But I had to follow agency guidelines. My channel's completely fine and authorized by my agency, but I've got to keep it generic. I can't identify my agency. So I was like, oh, okay, so I put duct tape over any identifying marks on my outer vest. I'm not wearing my uniform. I'm wearing just BDUs and a black shirt and a ball cap, whatever. You get the idea. So this allows me to demo my gear and why I do what I do. Very, very specific reasons, like most cops. Very specific reasons why they carry their gear a particular way. Often it's policy and often it's personal preference. Now, I'm not saying that anything I'm showing you today is the be-all, end-all, and that's how you should do it. In fact, absolutely not. You be you. It's just one way in how you can do it. So we'll start from the head and work our way down. So a ball cap. Well, I wear a ball cap on the job. I wear an agency logoed ball cap. Ball caps are great for law enforcement. It keeps the sun out of the eyes, dirt and what have you. It's just everybody wears a ball cap. It's just the way it is. So working my way down, you're going to see that I wear my radio here, and I used to wear it on my belt, and I'll explain more when we get to the belt. But you see that I wear my radio here on my lapel. I've got a pretty substantial double loop that I can clip it through, and the reason I do that, if I can get it back on now, there we go, is it gets it off the belt, which you can never have too much real estate on your belt because it seems like you're always getting new equipment and gear that you have to carry or issued, and it's just real estate on the belt is a pain in the butt to have everything on your belt. Quite often certain things are going to be on your belt because it's agency required, but the radio is not required by my agency to be on my belt. Many officers carry it in a pouch on their outer vest. I clip it up here for two reasons. A, it gets rid of the mic cord. Mic cord for two reasons. For officer safety, I don't like the cord around my neck, so you can be strangled with your own mic cord. And B, because I'm a rural officer, I work out in the middle of nowhere quite often. Reception, having your mic actually can take juice from your radio. So you take the mic off, you get full power from your handheld, and then having it this high up on your outer vest allows for just a little better reception. I know that I'm grasping at straws, but I'll take what I can get when I'm out in the middle of nowhere and I need comms. I took this advice from a radio guy who works with my agency. I can talk on my radio just like I would with a mic, and it doesn't get in my way. I've never had any issues with it. I've had this on my mic when I'm, scrapping with somebody, or have this on my lapel when I'm scrapping with somebody. It didn't seem to get in the way. It's not an issue for me. But again, that's just the way I do it. I have my vehicle fob on my zipper for my outer vest. Just the way I've always done it. I've seen a lot of officers do it that way. It's just nice to have the ability to, lock your door behind you and everything. You always have it with you. Okay, so on the other side, you see this little flashlight. This is just so at night when I'm working with somebody's driver's license and I'm taking their information down, I just have a subtle light, enough to see but not get night blinded. Also, like when I'm on traffic stops at night, I can have this on, and it's just another source. I can have my other flashlight out if I need it, and it's just another source of light. And so I like it for that. Put it on, it's still on. Okay. So, what else do I have? I carry another knife here. It's in the upper pocket because it's out of sight, out of mind. I use this for my utility knife. just for cutting things, like if I needed to cut seat belts or what have you. This is my go-to for just like whatever I needed to cut, twine, rope, whatever. And absolutely, you could use it as a fighting knife. I carry my weapon light in this pocket. Another source of light. And you know, in the military, they say one is none, two is one. Well, I believe in having multiple sources of light. And I have a bunch of them in my patrol vehicle, backup flashlights. Why do I not have this on my duty weapon? Obviously, it can fit on my duty weapon. And why don't I just have a special duty holster to accommodate that? The holsters that are out there just don't work for me. I have a Safariland holster, and you probably think, well, yeah, you can get the same holster. I have Safariland approved accessories built into this holster that will not transfer to date with any holsters designed with a weapons light. Plus, the holsters are bigger and boxier and just annoying. You know, I can retire in a year and a half. I'm just going to stick with this holster. But this is where I keep it. I can put it on and off if I need it in an emergency. Obviously, in a quick, fast, and a hurry emergency, I'm not going to have time to put it on. But like if I know I'm going into a building search or whatever, I can pop that on and I can take it off and put it in my pocket real quick. It's that easy. So that's why I do that. Pens, what have you. Camera. This is Axon. Most people have Axon. This is something I recommend. I'll open this pocket so you can see it. I have a daisy chain, 550 cord to this clip, to the magnetic connector. I scrapped once a couple years back with a person, took them to the hospital. It wasn't because I put them in the hospital, it's because they were a mental danger to themselves, danger to others. So that's why they went to the hospital, not because I did anything to put them in the hospital. But when I was finished doing my paperwork, I realized, oh, my camera's gone. It had popped off in the scuffle, and I had to go back to the house. Luckily, the family let me back in and like, hey, I swear to God, my camera's here. And I was able to locate it within like 30 seconds because it all went down in a closet. The person was going crazy in the closet, and myself and a local officer were wrestling this poor lady, and it just went off in the closet. So I have the small asp. I guess you call it an executive asp. I'm not sure what the exact name is, but it's a little asp. I carry it up here. You're like, well, you have an asp on your belt. Yes, I do. This is what I would use for like a Yawara stick type situation, or I would extend it and I could use it to grapple with, do arm bars with it, Taiho Jitsu style entanglements with this baton. And it's also a backup baton for striking if I need it. But most likely, if I go to this, it's going to be close up in a scrap, and I'm going to be using it reminiscent of a Yawara stick. If you're not sure what a Yawara stick is, it's a Japanese pocket baton or short baton. They have them in Hapkido as well. That's the first martial art I trained with that introduced me to like a pocket stick or a short stick. And I keep this on my outer vest. Also, a flashlight. Also could be used as a striking implement or a Yawara stick type device. I mean, everything should be multi-purpose. Where do I go here? Okay, handcuffs. I got handcuffs in this pouch on my outer vest. You should always carry at least 2 pairs of handcuffs. I don't like both pairs of handcuffs on my belt. The other pair are just out of the way because 99.9% of the time I'm going for these. These are the ones I go to. See what else I'm missing. I guess that's pretty much it for the vest. Going to the belt, I've got my standard baton right here, 21-inch baton, standard baton, taser, agency policy said it will be mounted on my duty belt, and it has to be opposite side of my weapon, my pistol. Obviously, that's most agencies have that policy. Some agencies allow the officers to mount them on their vest. My agency doesn't allow that. That's why I keep it on my belt. Otherwise, I probably still wouldn't mount it on my vest. I've had it here for so long. It's a good, secure Safariland holster. Again, with Safariland approved extra safeties attached to it. So this is a level 2 Safariland holster for the taser. I have video on how that's accomplished. Also a video on how this holster was turned into a level 2 holster instead of the level 1. All Safariland approved equipment. Pepper spray, obviously, magazines, and my Glock 17. As far as from the waist down, I carry extra knives with me. You never know when you're going to need a knife. That ain't a knife. This is a knife. I like my knives. You guys all know I like my knives. You never know when you're going to need a knife. They're all secured, clipped inside the pocket, so they cannot be seen or got to while wrestling with a bad guy. That's pretty much it. I carry a backup gun. I'm not going to show you where I carry it. There's only a finite places you can put it. You figure it out on your own. If you know me, you are with my agency or somebody I work with another agency, you're like, where do you keep your weapon? I must know. I will tell you. Just ask me. But that's not necessary to put on the internet. That is it in a nutshell. Very similar to a lot of ways other cops do it. There are some things like the radio that is very specific to me, the way I do it. I don't think I've ever seen. It's reminiscent of. Been told it's reminiscent of how the British always have like a two-way phone/radio that they clip on their vest like that. And so I looked it up, and sure enough, a lot of bobbies carry like a radio there. So okay, so it's obviously something that other agencies are doing, not necessarily in the United States, but abroad. This pretty much sums it up. There's not much to it. It's just that I've been asked by countless trainees about why I carry gear a certain way. I like my magazines to be this way. It's not right, it's not wrong, it's just the way I like to do it. I think that's it. I'm beating a dead horse. Any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. Again, this is not the only way to do it, just the way I do it. I like to have equipment that I need in a fight available up front. My spare pair of handcuffs that I don't need to get to very much in the back. Of course, you should never have anything directly behind your back. Oh yeah, my duty suspenders. Let's talk about those really quick. I wear duty suspenders under my vest. Guys, I'm 52 years old. I have bad knees, bad hips, bad shoulders, bad everything. Duty suspenders, when I started wearing them several years back, my sciatica used to get riled up by the end of shift. It was just an issue. I started going with duty suspenders. It took a lot of the weight off my hips, the hip bones, and also you're able to loosen the belt up just a tad. I wear more than 4 keepers, just because I want this not going anywhere if I'm in a rumble. But you get the idea. Duty suspenders are a must. If some agencies will not allow you to wear them visibly, mine are underneath the vest. There are companies that make them specifically for under vests, and there is a pair out there, and I have a video on them, I'm pretty sure, way back, like 2 years ago I made it, about hidden duty suspenders that go underneath the uniform shirt. Okay, that's it. I'm done. Like, subscribe, and share, and everybody take care and stay safe.
Rosa! Hitchcock fell asleep in the break room. I pranked him. I tied his shoelaces together.
You're 38 years old, dude.
I know, and yet my pranks still stay so fresh. It's incredible.
Let's roll. Hey, let's be careful out.